Hello KW agents. Today we're going to talk about how to create a listing presentation or a buyer's presentation in Designs in Command. So first thing, you're going to log into Command by going to agent.kw.com, and then we're going to look for the Designs applet on the left, which is a little bit more than halfway down. Right here it says Designs. It's the paintbrush in the square. We're going to click on that. And then that's going to take us into our design templates. So if you've never created any designs, you won't have anything here, but that's okay. To create a new design, we're going to come down to the bottom right. We're going to choose the plus sign that's in the circle right here. Once you click on that, you're going to have a couple of options of what you can create. The listing presentation as well as the buyer's presentation are both going to be found in the print section. So we are going to click right here where it says print, and then we're going to choose the button right down here that says next. That's going to take just a moment to load, and then once that loads, you'll see over here on the left you've got these options of what you can create. Now we're going to go through the listing presentation today, which is going to be under listings. The buyer presentation is directly underneath that under buyer. So if I click on buyer, I've got buyer presentation right here. So I would do the same exact thing that we're going to do for the listing presentation, just for the buyer presentation. So we're going to go into listings, and then you'll see the first option that we have is listing presentation. We're going to click directly on that. And then we've got two options. So the first one, if we hover over that, you see down here it says modern. The second one over here says classic. Feel free to click on both of them and take a look at them and decide which one you prefer. And then that's the one that you can use moving forward, or you can have a combination of both of them, whatever you choose to do. So we're going to use this one. So if this is the one that we wanted to create, we would just click on the red button right here that says use. Now the first thing that we have to do is we have to decide what pages from this listing presentation do we want to use in this listing presentation that we're creating. So the way that I almost think of it is this is every single page that you could ever use. This over here is going to be the copy or the one that we're going to create right now. So right here where it says listing presentation template, I might not want that page. I might not want the instruction page because this is going to be the final version that I'm going to use when I'm at the listing presentation. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to decide which pages do I want to add to this. So I might say, okay, I like this first one. So if I want to add this page, I'm just going to click the plus sign right here that says add a new page, and then that page is going to be copied over into my design over here. So we're just going to go through and decide which pages we want. I'll only pull in a couple just so this isn't too lengthy of a video. So we'll add this page in. We'll add this page in. We would add a bunch of these additional pages, but again, just for time's sake, I don't want it to be too much, so we'll add this one right here. So then you would just continue to move on. Now all of these pages are able to be edited, which we're going to go through. So you would just go through here on the left and decide which pages do you want. I might want a testimonial page. So continue on. If you wanted to add every page, that's absolutely fine. You would just click the plus next to all of them. So then we'll say, okay, we're good with everything. We've added everything that we want. So over here, you'll see that we've got pages down here, and we've got 6 out of 6. So we actually added 6 pages to this design, 6 pages. So I can click on the pages right down here, and it will show me all of the pages that I have here. And so now I'm going to go in page by page, and I'm going to edit these. So we'll start with the first one right up here. So if that's the one that I wanted to change, I'm just going to click directly on it. I can click on pages right here to bring those pages back down. So then I've got everything that I can change right here. So I've got text boxes here, I've got my logo here, I've got my contact information here, and I might even want to change out this photo. So we'll start with photos. So I'm just going to click on the image right here, and then you'll see that takes me to images over here. If I have an image saved on my computer that I wanted to add to this, I would just click the Add button, and then I can drag and drop an image here to upload to this. So maybe you have a picture of the property, or you're friends with them on social media, you have a picture of the family, whatever you wanted to do. But if that's your own photo, you would be able to do that. I also have all of these company photos that I can pick from. So if I choose maybe neighborhoods, all of these are photos that you are able to use. So perhaps I like this first one right here. I'm going to come over here and make sure that I've picked this photo, and I know that I've picked this photo because you can see I've got these little kind of dots around it. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to choose the little box that has the 2 arrows in it, and if I hover over that, you'll see it says Replace Image. Once I click on that, it just switches out the image over here. So again, these are all stock photos that you're able to use for whatever you're creating. So then I want to come up here and I want to switch this information because I want to say that this is for my sellers, maybe not Maria and Chris. So these are all text boxes. So you'll see if I just double click on the text box, I've got this blinking cursor right here. Then what I do is I use the arrow keys on my keyboard to just get rid of whatever I need to not have here. So we'll say that this is for Sue and Chris. Same thing with the text box down here. I would just double click and then move my arrow down. Perfect. So we'll switch that to whatever we need to. Then we'll come down here to the logo. I can click on the logo right here, and then you'll see it takes me right over here to logos. I can replace the logo with any of my Market Center logos, or if you have a team logo that you'd like to replace it with. So we're just going to choose the replace logo right there, and then it switches that out. Again, if we need to add logos, we could also do that through your settings here in your marketing. Then the last thing down here is the same thing. We've got your headshot that you can replace down here. So we're going to come up here, and I've got one saved in my library, so I'm just going to replace that. And then same thing over here, we would switch everything out with the text box. I know some of this is really small font, so down here at the bottom I can zoom in if that's a little bit easier for me to see it, and then just scroll the page down, and so then I can see what's here. I want to double click. I've got that cursor blinking right there. I'm going to use my arrow keys to move that over, change whatever I need. So really we would just go through page by page. So we'll say we're completely done with this page. We would come down here, we can click on the arrow and go to the next page. Then we would do the same thing on this page. Whatever we wanted to change, if photos wanted to be switched out, if we wanted to switch out text, we would do all of that each page, each page. Then we just want to come up here once we're completely finished. We would make sure that we rename this template. So this might be 1234 Main Street listing presentation. I'm going to click enter. Then I'm going to click the arrow right next to that because I want to download this. I've got options. I can download this as a JPEG, a PNG, or a PDF. I'm going to use a PDF because we'll say that I've maybe created a CMA in a different platform, and I want to take that and I want to just pull that into this. So I'm going to choose PDF, and then I'm going to download all of the pages, and then I'm going to choose Start Download. Give that just a moment, and then depending on which browser you're using, it's going to pull up either in the downloads up here at the top right, or I'm in Chrome, so it's going to come down here at the top left. And then once it's completed downloading, I would just choose the Done button, and it would take me completely out of Designs. So again, we've got that preparing button right up here, so we can just see that it's preparing the document. And then, like I said, as soon as it's done, you'll have download ready right here. Then down here at the bottom, we've got that. So if I just open that, you'll see I've got this saved as my PDF with all of my changes that then I can use maybe on a presentation on my iPad or a tablet or something like that, or I could print it out. So we'll come back right in here to Command, and I'm going to choose the Done button. If you hadn't saved it, it would just prompt you to save it. And then you'll see now when I go in my design templates, I've got 1234 Main Street listing presentation right there. I've got the 3 little dots right here if I wanted to rename it If I wanted to make a copy of it, so let's say now I need to work on my listing presentation for 786 Main Street. I want to keep a lot of it the same, but just change some of the pages. I could do that. And if I made it incorrectly or I don't want it anymore, I can click delete. And then to go back into it, I would just click directly on it and it takes me right back into it. So I hope that was helpful. Again, you'll do the same exact thing for the buyer's presentation. We would just click buyers instead of sellers or listings. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks so much for watching the video and make it a fantastic day.